You know, I really enjoy teaching card magic. These tutorials are fun for me to do, but I think what's really valuable for you is when I teach you a method or a card magic secret so that you can take that and invent your own style and routines and card effects. And that's what I'm going to do here. I'll show you a card trick, but really I want you to learn the method and know how you can use that in a number of ways. So it works like this, and it looks like this. So we've got a deck of cards here. It seems to be pretty shuffled, but we're going to make sure that it's mixed up. We can give it some cuts. And in fact, we can give it a really messy mix up here like this. A few more swing cuts, maybe the big cut like this. And we can let your spectator cut the cards, whatever. Doesn't matter, you tell them that you're going to pull a card out of the middle of the deck anyway. So let's do that. So I spread the cards, and what I want you to do, I tell my spectator, just touch the back of one. Don't look at it yet, but just touch the back of a card. You have a free choice, and they do. Just slide it out and just keep it right there. Let's not look at it yet. What I'd like to do is I'm going to teach you how magicians know your card. It's simple. Magicians have great eyesight and great memories. Here's what I mean. So you've slid a card out. We haven't even looked at it yet, right? You haven't looked at it. I haven't looked at it. Nobody knows what it is. Well, I shouldn't say nobody knows what it is. I actually do know what it is. I know it's a 5 of diamonds. You know how I know that? Well, because I noticed that the 5 of diamonds was missing from this deck. If you look closely, you can see there's no 5 of diamonds, and that's how I did it. I turned over the cards, said, no 5 of diamonds. It must be over here. What do you know? It's just an amazing brain. I'm sorry, I can't help it. Okay, that's just a quick demonstration on how to use this method of discovering a card. It is not a marked deck. It is not a key card. It is a very unique secret for discovering someone's chosen card. It's really, really cool. Now, it does require a bit of a stack. You may have figured that out when you noticed that I was only cutting the cards and not fully shuffling them. That kind of gives away the fact that the cards are in some particular order, and they are. I'm going to show you what that order is. Basically, you have the card, the deck is in two halves. And I call this the twin method because what we're looking for is we're looking to pair up the cards as twins or siblings. In other words, every card has a twin. The 5 of diamonds twin is the 5 of hearts. They're both the red 5s. That's what makes them twins. And that's true for every card in the deck. These two cards are twins. The 2 black aces are twins, the 2 black 10s, and so on. And the deck is set up just like this, where you have 26 cards in each half in the same order as their matching twins. Okay, it doesn't matter what order they're in as long as each half matches like this. You can look at it this way a little better. So this is the setup. Here I've got, all these cards, mixed suits and mixed values, so they look shuffled, which is good. But it's the exact same set down here, only the twin of the card. As you can see, the red 5, the black aces, the black 10s, the red 7s, black 6s, etc. You see that? Okay. These go on top of each other like this, and you're ready to go. That's the setup. And in fact, what's great about it is when you spread the cards, they do look pretty shuffled because each half is, in a sense, shuffled. But what happens is an interesting phenomenon. And by the way, remember, I was cutting all we want because we can cut this. This is a stack. It's a, if we shuffled them, it'd mess it up. But we can cut all we want. And I did that, what's called a Charlier shuffle or cut, and it looks like you're shuffling the cards, but you're really just cutting them. And it's this: you take some off the top, some off the bottom, some off the top like this, and you just alternate. And really it looks like you're shuffling them because it's messy looking when you really have just cut the cards. So that's kind of a good way to mix up or look like you're mixing up a deck of cards that can only be cut, like a stacked deck. And of course you can cut all you want. I also did a false cut like this. You don't have to do that, where you go like this. You can do whatever you want, as long as you can just cut the cards. Anyway, however you do that, you can also say it doesn't matter. You're going to pull one out of the middle of the deck anyway, so you don't have to spend a lot of time doing all that mixing. Now, what happens is when you spread the deck and somebody removes a card, this is the secret, by the way, this is the move. Wherever they take their card, it's very important that the card that they took out of the deck, you want to take this half of the deck and make sure it ends up on top, okay? And then we're ready to go. So I'm going to say that again. And I'll tell you why here in just a second. We want to go like this. They're going to touch a card. Let's say they take this one. It's important that this half, the one that is underneath the card that they took, you scoop up and put over here like this, which is totally natural to do because you got to regroup the cards. But what happens when you do that is when we spread the cards, the two ends of the deck reveal our secret. So on the two ends of the deck, I've got a black 4 and a black king. Those are going to tell me where their twin card is, and therefore what their card is. Here's what I mean. If I see a black king and a black 4 here, all I have to do is go look for the black king and the black 4 in here, right? And I did that while I was talking. It's very easy to do. It took a little bit of practice at first just to kind of know where to look without looking like you're studying the deck. But when I see that these two cards, black king, black 4, I immediately find them here too, a black king and a black 4. And what will happen is there'll be a card in between them. And that card is the twin of their card. So I can see, takes me only a couple seconds to do that. I see a 9 of spades. I immediately know their card will be the 9 of clubs. And there it is. And I can do this again. I can reset as long as I take this card and put it back in the deck here, because the 9 has to be next to the king, right? So let's do that again so you can see the method a little slower. So again, we can cut up the deck, but when we spread the cards, they touch the back of the card. Here's what we're doing. Okay, don't look at that yet. You're going to scoop this up, put it on top like this. And now all you need to know to get started is the two top cards. And you can take a quick peek at that if you want. So in this case, I got a black queen and black 7. So I know that when I spread the deck, that's what I'm going to be looking for. You can buy some time just going, let's just spread this out a little bit while you're talking. And while I'm doing that, I have just seen the black queen and the black 7 very quickly. And I already know their card's 2 of hearts because my eyes went right here to the black queen, the black 7, because they match these. And in between them, 2 of diamonds, which tells me 2 of hearts right here. Okay, that is what I call, I don't know what the real name of it, I call it the twin card method because I think of these cards as siblings in a sense, right? And when they're the same color, they're twins. And so that's an easy way to remember it. So there's the secret, there's the method. And that's something that you can use to reveal the card however you want to. So you don't have to do the routine that I just did. In fact, I don't think it's that great of a routine. I did that to teach you the method. But what you could do is have them select a card like this. You go like this, and then whatever your pattern is going to be, depending on your routine, you can talk to them about that while you're discovering. Now, I'm looking for a red queen and a black 9. And when I come to that, which I can see right now, is right there. I can see a 4 of clubs. So now I know their cards are 4 of spades. I can move on with whatever trick I want to do. You don't have to do that thing about what's the missing card. That's not actually super strong. I just think that's a good demo for this tutorial. I think it'd be better for you to take that secret. Now that I know that they have a 4 of spades, there's a million things I can do to reveal that. I can read their mind and say, I want you to now, for the first time, look at the card, but don't let me see it, and think about the color. And I'm feeling like it's a dark color, so it must be a black card, and then move on to reveal their card. Or do something else, however you want to reveal the chosen card. The point of this video is to use this method because it's very fast. It's very, very deceptive because not only are you figuring out their card, you're figuring it out before they've even looked at it, which is great. I mean, the only other way to do that is with a marked deck, and this is just a regular deck. So that's really, really a cool method you could do something with. And again, to reset, make sure you put this one back up here. You can see where it goes. It has to go next to the black 9. And you're ready to do it again if you want to do something else with that same setup to find their card and then reveal it in some magical way. So enjoy that, the twin card secret.